The death of 2D animation. For someone like me, it truly doesn't feel that far away that 2D animation reigned supreme. However, when talking about animation powerhouses, you can't go past Disney. 2011 marked Disney's last 2D animated film, Winnie the Pooh. However, its last original idea was even further back in 2009 with Disney's Princess and the Frog. I mentioned Disney at the start of this video as they are often cited as saying that higher cost and labor intensity of 2D production and the shifting audience preferences and revenue potential for 3D animation films was their reason for moving forward from traditional medium. As we move forward in the years, we have 2024's Looney Tunes The Day the Earth Blew Up. While not an original idea, obviously a well-established IP, I scoff at the excuse of production cost of a 2D film. Looney Tunes The Day the Earth Blew Up had a budget of $15 million. Compare this to Disney's most recent outing of Moana 2, made for $150 million. Comparisons now aside, I will start by saying these comparisons are for the simple fact that Looney Tunes is breathtaking in its animation. It moves as a cartoon should. It does what live action could never. It's bouncy, it's loud, it's colorful, and truly the definition of animation. This film did suffer from the fact that Warner Brothers Entertainment sold the distribution rights to a company named Ketchup Entertainment, a small distributor with nearly no marketing budget after nearly cancelling the project. This lack of promotion left the film receiving $15 million back at the box office. However, if you know your movies, this can be obviously cited as a loss. Looney Tunes being a brand since the 30s, it peaked in its popularity through the 1940s and 1960s. It saw a decline when Warner Brothers ceased production of new Looney Tunes shorts back in 1969. However, in 1996, Looney Tunes' collaboration with basketball star Michael Jordan in their film Space Jam was a huge success, grossing over $250 million. They were riding high, but this was a brief resurgence. 2003's Looney Tunes Back in Action, a Roger Rabbit type animation live-action hybrid, was a commercial failure, grossing a total of $68.5 million on an $80 million budget. Even the beloved Brendan Fraser could not save this film from drowning. History lessons aside, even some of Looney Tunes' biggest failures have been favourites of mine growing up. I am, at the end of the day, the same man that swears by the Iron Giant and Treasure Planet, so possibly I'm the problem. History lessons aside, the 2024 feature-length film Looney Tunes The Day the Earth Blew Up is currently residing on Netflix. It is here I watch this enjoyable, quirky, Saturday morning cartoon movie. The plot as described by IMDb is as follows. Porky Pig and Daffy Duck are Earth's only hope when facing the threat of alien invasion. A brief but spot-on explanation for what you're about to view. This is not only an alien invasion film, this serves as also a zombie film, maybe not the flesh-eating kind, but mindless roam-the-earth types. Also a refreshing watch in terms of the fact that the two main stars of this film are Daffy and Porky. There is no bugs here, not even Marvin, which did surprise me as it is a heavily out-of-space adventure. If you grew up on the Looney Tunes, I think it's only fair to have favourites amongst its large cast of characters. Porky Pig certainly was never considered amongst the contenders for me personally. I've always leaned towards the likes of Daffy, Bugs, Marvin, and even Taz. However, this film is a family film, not only in nature, but as it showcases Daffy and Porky growing up together as siblings of sorts, with their Jesus-like father figure, Farmer Jim. A previously non-existent character in this universe, right from the early stages of the film it flexes its animation qualities heavily through Father Jim, sometimes moving as a South Park type animation to even breathtaking Disney styles. This movie constantly lives up to its name of Looney. From a simple house inspection, we see Daffy and Porky seek out jobs and end up working at a bubblegum factory. They then see a secret alien mind control plot unfold, which leads them on a mission to save the world. Now, to state the obvious, this is a kid's film. If you are looking for a plot you can buy into, I don't know how to break this to you, but the bubblegum alien movie featuring a duck and a pig will not be that. But if you are an enjoyer of animation and off-the-wall comedy, this is a great return to form for the IP. I may or may not have broken character while watching this film to Google if male ducks could lay eggs. In fact, they cannot. It also had me Googling if Daffy was a girl. Once again, he is not, which left me back at square one. Why am I thinking so hard into this children's film? These are issues of my own, certainly, but had to be noted. I found myself laughing quite heavily, especially at the start of the film. It's not perfect, as I felt the comedy did slow up towards the latter half of the film, but truly this is a film that has breathtaking animation, a fun, exciting plot, and likable characters. It held up as a movie that didn't flex its biggest star, Bugs, and kept it fun and lighthearted. I am hurt that it slipped under my radar at cinemas, but I'm sure it did for many. But collectively, as a majority of the viewers watching this video today, you would more than likely have a Netflix subscription. I'd urge you, go give this movie some attention and show the movie studios that there is certainly room for all types of animation in the modern age. Also, Daffy Duck is dummy thick and try as hard as you can, but you cannot look away.